So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Ah, point insertion. One of my favorite introductions to a video game of all time. But why? I will explain. So, this is the beginning of Half-Life 2, and it has been approximately 20 years since Gordon defeated the Nihilanth in Zen and got put into stasis. But now, G-Man finally awakes Gordon, putting him into this train here, along with some other guys that are being sort of relocated to a new city. And that's of course City 17, a sort of East European city. And going further, we will actually come along an old face from Black Mesa, that being Dr. Wallace Breen. And as a player, we don't really know who this guy is yet, but Gordon Freeman, he of course will notice that this is in fact his old administrator. Anyway, this is just a pre-recorded message for the relocating citizens, and he'll just pursue to yap about how good the city is.
I've been proud to call City 17 my home.
And we will also see him on these posters here. That's weird. What has even happened to the planet while he was gone? I mean, this looks decayed and trashed. Yeah, I see. That's why. So it seems like this place is ruled over by these masked people here. And we actually have a Vortigaunt here too, that we fought in Half-Life 1. But here he is more like a slave to one of these masked people. Something really bad must have happened to the planet in Gordon's absence. And like Gordon Freeman, arriving here from the last game may cause some people to feel a little bit of confusion. But that's a good thing, I think, because let's be real, it really sets off the tone of what's going to be Half-Life 2 immediately. We have these masked people, well, yet unknown. We have the aesthetics and all of that. It really builds up an interest, you know?
Overwatch stopped our train in the woods and took my husband for questioning. They said he'd be on the next train. I'm not sure when that was. They're being nice, though, letting me wait for him.
Overwatch? Something isn't quite right here. Dr. Breen's private reserve. That sounds weird.
Don't drink the water. They put something in it to make you forget. I don't even remember how I got here.
And speaking of dystopian settings, have you noticed that everyone in this train station is wearing the same prison look-alike clothes? And we will also see these propaganda posters here on the walls that also builds on top of that, you know, dystopian setting. And this gets even established more by looking at the arrival board. You see, if you look carefully, you can see that none of the cities has names. They are just called C, number. Okay, I think I'll pursue to go further to see what's going on the other side. Oh, exit. No, okay, I can't go there. I'm sorry. I'll try this way. No, okay. Fine.
This must be a mistake. I got a standard relocation coupon just like everybody else.
This doesn't feel totally right. Alright, I'm worried. Oh, a torture chamber!
About that beer I owed you. It's me, Gordon.
It's Barney from Black Mesa! Alright, so here you will meet Barney Calhoun, you know, the security guard
From Black Mesa.
Not only will you meet Barney, but also...
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman!
Yeah, it's Isaac Kleiner, and despite Barney and Isaac not being very well established in Half-Life 1, I think it was good that they kept the same voice actors and made the tie between Black Mesa and this game, this early into this game, so we feel sort of familiar in this unusual environment, you know?
Hey, move it now, will ya?
Anyway, you can't be in Barney's hideout for too long or they'll get suspicious, so you gotta stack up these boxes here to jump out of a window, which is of course the first physics puzzle in this game. Yeah, controllable physics or fancy physics weren't that well established at a time, so to introduce physics like this early into the game, it really established the Source Engine's capacity of physics, but also how Half-Life 2 can play with them, which is going to be a very big part of the game later, with many puzzles revolving around the movable physics. Another great example on how this game introduces physics is here, where you gotta... It's a simple but yet clever, natural and funny way to introduce you to the physics. I don't say it's natural to pick up cans, but you know, based on how these guards behave, it's natural in their way to behave. So I'd rather have them making me pick up a can than a fucking 5-minute long tutorial on how to pick up cans. It sets off the Metro Cop personality at the same time you're learning physics. Heading to the plaza, we'll get a greater grasp of what has happened to this place. Now it seems really obvious that Dr. Breen's
benefactors
has something to do with this. Just take a look at this wall here. It has some kind of detective camera deciding on who can pass through. And these monitors here, they are called Breencasters, and they are some kind of, well, message thing that Dr. Breen uses to reach out with his propaganda for the Combine. Here in particular, he talks about the suppression field, which is a field that makes it impossible for people to have babies. Take a listen.
Dear Dr. Breen, why has the Combine seen fit to suppress our reproductive cycle?
So if you're entering this place with no clue on what's going on, just take a listen on Dr. Breen's speeches, because he is the main puppet for the Combine. Although he might lie sometime, he's still mentioning people's concerns, so his speeches always revolves around the current state of society. So if you want to get a greater grasp on what has been going on with the world during Gordon's absence, just take a listen at Dr. Breen's speeches. I think it all goes down to being a very clever way of narration, a type of narration that doesn't force pre-recorded cutscenes upon you, or overall feel forced. So it really feels like you are Gordon Freeman, deciding if you want to listen to Dr. Breen or what to explore. Also, that may be a very good reason why Gordon doesn't talk, because you are Gordon. Anyway, here we have the Citadel, so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. And it's pretty clear that the residents here don't like Dr. Breen.
Dr. Breen again? I was hoping I'd seen the last of him in City 14. I wouldn't say that too loud. This is his base of operations.
So this far into the game, it's already quite well established that the Combine is the one who have caused the problems in the first way, but we do not yet know why. So I think it's quite good here that the narrating isn't that over the top. Instead, it raises questions for the player to be answered later on your journey. Yeah, just look at these creatures. It's very obvious that the Combine's power on Earth has turned the whole place into a shithouse. I mean, there is no freedom left for humanity. Humanity is gone.
This is how it always starts. First the building, then the whole block. They have no reason to come to our place. Don't worry, they'll find one.
Certainly, they will do. You see, every apartment in City 17 is heavily regulated by the Combine Overwatch. So if it detects even one more person being in an apartment... See for yourself.
What are we going to do?
I think there's something.
When is it all going to end?
Don't worry.
Please.
It's alright.
This really is sad as fuck, but if you thought it couldn't get any worse...
Miscount detected in your block.
That was the Overwatch saying that there is one more person than allowed to in this block. It really illustrates how imprisoned the people really are by the Combine. If one breaks the rule, everyone breaks the rule and gets killed.
Head for the roof! There's no time to lose!
Anyway, everyone but Gordon died, and now we are here at this attic here. This is the only way down, so, oh, what happened? Oh, crap, no, no, take it easy, no, okay.
Dr. Freeman, I presume.
Yes?
The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in their way.
I know. So here we meet Alex Vance for the first time, the daughter of Eli Vance, which we worked with back in Black Mesa.
Remember him from Black Mesa? Your old administrator. Don't get my dad started on Dr. Breen.
Well, that sounds like another good implication that Dr. Breen is not a good person. And now it's apparent for the players too that Dr. Breen is some kind of world leader. That raises the question, why? Why is the old administrator of Black Mesa some sort of puppet leader for an outer space alien regime? Anyway, after this, the next chapter starts, and the first chapter of Half-Life 2 is over. Point Insertion is a very good first chapter. Of course, it kind of makes new players confused, But that's a very good thing, because this game is really a new game that tries to bring up or introduce new things, like the Combine of course, but it doesn't shove all the information at you at once. So instead of the introduction being overly complex, it's rather a very simple, subtle and brilliant introduction that will raise questions and answer them throughout your playthrough, because you will in fact get most of your questions answered, but also be very interested in the game because of it introducing Dr. Breen and City 17 with its dystopian theme and all of that. So, in other words, Half-Life 2's opening is simple, but that's kind of why it's a masterclass in storytelling. Thank you for watching.